Hi everybody, Sarah back in Valheim. And guys, I don't know what I did. I went to post earlier today the third of that series that I was doing for the 500 subscriptions, the one where I rebuilt the ruin. And it's gone out of my computer. It's completely gone. I don't know what happened to it. Like, most of my videos are gone. I'm not sure what I did. But I thought, well, okay, since I don't have the video, I will just go and show them the build and I will walk through it and, you know, at least they can get a general idea how it finished up. I spent about an hour flying around in creative mode and I can't find the build because apparently I didn't mark it on my map. So anyway, I hopefully will eventually find that third one and be able to post it for you. But for now, I'm just going to do a quick little tutorial video for you here on this little fermenting shack. Now, I created this little fermenting shack on Valheim, a server run by Kongville Survives, and I did it early game, so I don't have in the one that I did on Valheim the tar roof pieces, but because everything here has the tar roof pieces and I'm not a huge fan of thatch anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do it with the tar wood pieces, but early game you would want to probably do this with thatch to start off with. As you can see, I can fit 3 fermenters in this little shack, as well as a decent amount of storage for your meads and your potions. Be careful if you guys have the fire setting so that it catches fire. You might not want to put a flame in here. I don't have it on, but be careful with something like that. And this roof actually does provide you shelter. The beams are kind of wonderful that way. You can get shelter from them and still have a little bit of open sky there. But I'm going to walk you through how I did this, and you can have it either raised up off the ground like this, or you can have it fully sitting on the ground like this. Entirely up to you. But I'm going to show you how it looks sitting on the ground. On the Valheim server, I did it raised. So either way, we're going to start off with our 2-meter beams, and we're going to rotate it twice. And we're going to do this all the way around. And the main reason I did this little shack on Valheim was the house that I've got on Valheim right now. It's actually kind of small on the interior. Now let me show you something real quick. That snaps kind of in the middle of that beam. I don't like that little lip, so I like to slide another flooring on top of that so that it matches up with the beams on the outside, and I do that with a lot of flooring. Oh, and one more thing before I get going too far into this. I did put together a requirement for this build in this chest for you. So it is pretty early game. You've got your bronze axe by this point because you've got bronze and you've been able to get some fine wood. The fermenters, I believe, do, or maybe that's for the roof. Maybe the tar is for the roof. Yeah. So don't worry about this tar. That's if you're wanting to switch it over to the tar roof pieces. It doesn't take a lot, but there you go. So let's go ahead and finish this. But I like the flooring to kind of be level with the outside edge here, so here we go. Anyway, the house that I'm in doesn't have a ton of interior space, and because of that, I didn't really have room to put the fermenters in the house. And so I needed a way to put them outside, but still have them somewhat protected, because I don't have like a fence line or a wall or anything like that built up around where I'm currently at in that game on that server. But I wanted them to be a little protected because I get a lot of like gray dwarfs and greylings and boar and all that coming in. So this piece here, the center part here, I will take. You could probably do it with one, but take your 1x1 wood flooring, and you'll see that it snaps in there quite nicely. So the next part we're going to do is we are going to take our 2-meter wood poles, and we're going to attach them on every other section. And it means that you're not going to have to rotate these pieces, because they're all going to be facing this same direction. So we're going to snap all these in like so. And then we will take our 1-meter pieces and we're going to snap them on top. So this is all the height we need right now. Okay, like that. Then we're going to go back to our 2-meter beam. We're going to get that snap point, and we're going to go all the way around the top. Like so. Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to figure out where you want your chests to line up. So the section that's directly across from the door is usually where I put them, but you can organize this any way that you like. But that's my preference, is to have the chests directly across from the door. Then I'm going to take my little wood chest and I'm going to scoot it back as far as I can, trying to center it on this wall. I'm going to scoot it back as far as I can. Then I'm going to take, and these pieces are going to be deleted afterwards, so don't worry about if they're sticking out and looking odd. But you're going to put some flooring down and you're going to try to match up your chest to that one, scooting it back into the wall. That zoom. Scooting it back into the wall as far as you can get it and trying to line it up nicely like that. And then we're going to take out this floor. And because it's touching that floor or that wall behind it, it provides it with the support it needs, so you don't need those wood floors to hold it up. Then we're going to match up the next one like so, like that. Now, there's 2 ways you can go about doing this. In the one over here, when I did the shelving unit, I chose to do 4 chests, and then I put the shelving around. You can choose to omit putting it here and put it on a shelf above it. So that's what I'm going to show you for this one, is I'm going to not put 4 here, but what I'm going to do, and I'm going to fly because I'm in creative, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a shelf all the way around this upper portion. I'll snap in there. We're going to go ahead and put this all the way around. Now, when I did this on Valheim, obviously I wasn't flying when I did it. I just used ladders and stood on top here and put my shelving in. Slide in there. Okay, like that. So then you can put your chests all the way around this top portion. However they'll fit in here. You'll find you might get down to the last one and it can't find a spot to sit. So these are slightly fiddly in that they don't perfectly fit because you can't overlap the corners as far as maybe you necessarily want to. And you could eventually, once you get all these placed, because they're sitting on those exterior beams there, you could get rid of the flooring, depending on, your preference. You could get rid of the flooring so that they're just sitting on the beams. So these here, you could get rid of all of those if you want to, rather than having them sit on a shelf. Entirely up to you guys. So let's put that back. There we go. All right. So once you get your location of everything figured out, like you want your chests like that, the next thing we're going to do is I don't want that piece. We are going to put in our fermenters. And the reason we're going to put them in before we finish the rest of this stuff is because the way that I position them, so I've got this facing the direction I want it to. The way that I position them is kind of in between here. But I'm also going to be putting a beam here. And if you look, it doesn't let it get back quite as far. See? Because that beam's going to go through the fermenter. So if you put the fermenter in first and then your beam in, your beam can actually clip through your fermenter. Hello. Thank you. Your beam can actually clip through your fermenter then, and it's tucked in as far back as you can get it. So then we're gonna like that. So it'll be tucked in to the well a little bit and gives you that extra little bit of space that you need inside here. So now to get the two on the one side, what I have found pretty much every time I've done this is I have to take out one of these sets of beams. There's just that little bit of space I need. So I'm going to put one facing kind of this way. So I'm going to step out here and I'm going to make sure that I've got it kind of where I want it. Let's put it right there. That looks good. And then we're going to go over here. I want to make sure I've got this facing the direction I want it facing. I want it facing inward. Like that. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to scoot this. No, come on. Apparently, as I'm standing on the ground on this slight slope, I'm sliding down the slope, which is ridiculous. All right. All right, so we're going to put that there. All right, so that gives us our fermenters with room to walk around in here. And if you wanted to put even more chests in here, you could squeeze some in here. Is there a spot in there? Thought I saw it blink. There. You could do one there. You could do some over here. Have some running up that way. However you wanted to do that. We're just going to leave just the 3 and then the ones on the shelf. What am I doing here? Building. I want this. Alright, so we're going to take our wood walls and we're going to Put these around the bottom. Now, you might want to do the roof before you do all this, because if you've played, really, if you've played Valheim for any amount of time, you know, anytime you put a flooring down, oh, I didn't put this beam back in. Anytime you put a flooring down that's not covered, you're gonna get rain. It is inevitable. So I'll put our walls around like that. Good, 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 good. And I'm going to go ahead and put some stairs in here so I don't have to keep trying to jump up in there. Like that. Alright. And these for just no reason at all. Alright. So now that we've got our fermenters in, a little bit of walls up, we can go ahead and put these in like this. Clean up these edges a bit. Like so. And then we're going to put another set up here of beams. I'm going to do that all the way around. Like that. Alright, so then once you get all of that done, and you're going to need to use some scaffolding either inside the build or on the outside of the build so you can get to the roof, we're going to put our 1 meter beams and we're going to angle them the same direction as the beam that we're placing them on. So it'll be 2 rotations for each section. And what this will do is it will give us a little bit of space between our roof and the tops of our chests. Alright, I'm going to take our 2 meter beam and we're going to give our roof pieces something to sit on. Like so. And then your roof pieces are going to need to be the 45-degree roof pieces, whether that's thatch or the dark wood shingles. Now, I tried, like I said, multiple times to find a roof peak when I was doing this on Valheim that I liked. And there were a couple that I liked, but I'm going to show you how I did that one. And the way I did it is I took the 1 meter beams and I placed them across the top edge of the roof shingles. And the reason I did that is because I actually want the 45-degree beams that we're going to put as our peak to be centered on each one of these, and this seemed the easiest method for getting the center of each roof piece. So, I mean, it uses the same amount of wood. It is a few more instances, so if you're worried about instances, you might want to maybe swap them out for the 2 meter beams, and then we're going to take and go 90 degrees from each join. like so. All right, and that is basically how to build a little fermenting shack. It does, like I said, provide shelter in the center, and you can fit. You might even could, if you wanted to, fit a fourth fermenter in here. I haven't tried to fit a fourth one in. I didn't feel like I needed a fourth one because the three do pretty good. But if you were doing a larger group, you might want to see if you could fit a fourth one in here. But yeah, that is how it's done. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. And thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good one wherever you are in your day.